Hi, says I'm live. I just fed the dog early so he wouldn't be wanting to eat at 5 o'clock. He got his dinner an hour earlier, and now he's gone upstairs. So that's out of the way. The cats weren't happy because I haven't fed them yet, but just waiting for some people to come in here. I did have a better week. I had 2 really good days. Friday and Saturday were both over $100 I sold. And it's been a while since that's happened. Hi, Bumblebee. Hi, Sue. Did you both just get the notice? Yeah, I was just saying I've had a better day, a better week selling. And yeah, on both Poshmark and eBay. So it's picking up a little bit, and I've noticed a couple other YouTube people have said that their sales were sort of picking up this past week. So maybe it's a trend. I hope so. Yeah, you just got your notice. Yeah, well, I just came on, so it's okay. Listing a variety of items is happy. I don't know, maybe. I did start to list. I did a lot of the photographing, your box, Bumblebee, and I have that big box from ThredUp. So I started photographing Bumblebee's box, and I did put some things on, maybe 6 or 7 things on yesterday. Now, you probably wonder why they aren't on Poshmark. The reason being, my List Perfectly, which you cross post with, I pay for it monthly, is not working. It's not working from eBay to Poshmark. Now, I see that on Poshmark, I'm getting the little cross post button. So I went on and I took the app. It's not an app, it's an extension. I deleted the extension and reinstalled it like 3 times, because that's what they say to do, because I wrote in about my problem. But then I see on there that eBay, they are having a problem. Some people are having a problem with the eBay, going from eBay to another platform. So it's not just me. So I've done everything that they've said. So I'm just sort of waiting till hopefully they will fix it. Hi, Cafe Lily. Yeah, just started. Yeah, my List Perfectly isn't working, so I'm sort of waiting to till that gets back working before I put the things I've listed on eBay over to Poshmark. But since Poshmark is showing the little button, I'm going to try listing on Poshmark first and then see if it'll cross list over to eBay. It may work that way, but eBay asks for so many more things. There'd be a lot more to fill out. Yes, Sue's rocket went up. I watched it yesterday. I did happen to catch it and watched it. Yeah. Yeah, the girls are here. There's somebody else, Nancy. Nancy, her name is. she wrote me on a comment on one of the last post or the last couple posts that she wants to be in our detective club. So she may be on here. I hope she comes on. Yeah, I'm anxious. Did you see the flower? Did you see the poppy flower that I put on the picture? When I was announcing I'd be on at 4 o'clock. That just opened up. It probably opened up yesterday. I didn't see it, but I saw it out the window today, and I quick went and took a picture of it. I have one big poppy plant. It comes back every year, and it's gorgeous. It's about this big, that poppy. And it's that gorgeous coral color. So I went quick and took a picture of it. That was the first one that popped open. And there's about 4 other big pods that are going to pop open. So I'll have more flowers. Yes, they're on the space thingy now. Yes, they are. You prayed and you cried when the rocket ship went off? Yeah. Yes, I got your note about the possible lead about his mother. And I saw that name, and I also saw it because I was doing that too. And I found out that he is 45 years old. Okay. We're talking about John now. His name is John P. Workman. And he does have a Facebook page. He hasn't done anything recently, I don't think, but there's a couple people, family members on there that I'm not sure if who you said there was a Becky and there was a Michelle. So I'm not sure which name it would be. Yeah, the mama. Yeah, I don't think the father is in the picture at all. I have tried. George hasn't called me back yet. I did message him and ask him to call me, that I had a couple questions. Police type questions. I hope he doesn't think it's about what's going on. Sandra might be the mom. Okay, I'll go back and look. Yeah, there was a few names. The names sounded like they wouldn't have been a popular name back when the mother would have been born. That's all I'm going on, but I didn't get any address or anything. But the one that you told me was from Clinton. Was it Clinton, Ohio or something? Wherever his mother lives, it's not far from him. So it can't be like miles away. It has to be sort of close to that area. At least that's what it sounded like, that he does things over at his mother's a lot. I could put some embarrassing things on his face. Yeah, he'd unfriend me in a minute. It's about 25 minutes from Akron. Clinton, yeah. Maybe, I just got the idea she was much closer than that, but maybe not. Yeah, I was trying to see how close the Firestone Country Club was to their house because that's where she works. And it's not too far. Anyway, let me get to what I sold this past week. I sold a couple good things, at least one good thing. And I had a couple full bins that the mail person picked up. He was used to probably picking up one thing at a time from me. So I'm going to share my screen and show you. Yes, that's where he's hiding my wood at his mother's. If it's even there anymore. So let me share my screen. Okay, here's a pair of Lucky Brand jeans, jean Bermudas. They're Bermuda shorts. They're hem. They haven't just been cut off, and they look like they were hemmed at the company, not somebody hemmed them. So they were a size 2 or a 26 waist, just small ones, and those sold for this $19.99, the sale price. Through today, I still have a 20% off sale, and I think this next week I will lower my sale to 15 and slowly get down to close to 10, maybe 10 or 11%. But I thought when I wasn't selling anything, I sort of upped it to 20%. But anyway, these shorts went to New York, New York. So, and they sold on Monday, this past Monday. So this next thing is a pair of Cruel Girl jeans. They're a pair of junior jeans, size 11, and they were 11 short, low rise, medium wash jeans, and those sold for a best offer of $11.60. I've had these forever. You can see they're laying on that little fur rug thing I used to use. And they also sold on Monday, and they went to Hallsville, Texas. And I sold a Banana Republic. This is a women's button front shirt. It was an Oxford shirt, size large. And that sold for $15, a best offer. So I did take that, and it's plus shipping on all this stuff, unless I say it was free. It's always plus shipping. So they paid the $15 plus $4.50 in shipping. And those went to Sulphur, Louisiana. And those sold on Wednesday. So I think on Tuesday was, no, I did have a sale on Tuesday. None of these are showing that date, except this is out of, okay, I see why. They paid on different days. Sometimes that gets these mixed up. See this Billabong shirt. This is a men's extra large heavy polo shirt by Billabong. And Billabong is sort of a surfing type brand. They make a lot of board shorts, surfing shorts and things. So that actually sold on Tuesday, but paid on Wednesday. So that's why it was like this. And those went to Malvern, Pennsylvania, and sold for $17.50. It was a best offer that I took. Oh, now this did go free shipping. I'm not sure. I didn't catch this because this was sort of heavy, and it cost me $5.12. So off of that $17.50, I had to pay shipping of $5.12. So normally I only put free shipping on clothing that's super lightweight. I just didn't catch this. Must have been one of the times I was trying free shipping on a bunch of stuff. Okay, here's a little summer girl tankini, a little two-piece bathing suit. This is a girl size, large, blue with these white polka dots. This was really cute. I've had this for quite a while. I thought this would sell quicker than it did. And it went to Downingtown, Pennsylvania. And it sold for $13.59, which was the sale price. It was in that 20% off sale. It sold on Wednesday. Okay, the next thing is a Poshmark sale. And this is that Delita cotton sleeveless top with all this. This was raw edged, looked like flowers around the square neck top. It's really sort of different. And this sold on Poshmark for $20. And out of that, I got $16. That went to Sharpsburg, Maryland. I think Bumblebee. This was in one of Bumblebee's box, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is an H&M women's size 12 little sundress, a halter sundress. And that sold for $18.39, which was the sale price. They paid shipping of $4.50, and that went to Largo, Florida. Perfect place for a sundress to go. Then I sold this Talbot's, a women's knee-length denim skirt. It sold for the sale price of $18.39. Was and $6 shipping, because this was almost over the pound limit. It was like 15 ounces, I think. So it sold. Went to Kennesaw, Georgia, and that sold on Friday. And on Thursday, I had 0 sales on Thursday. So Friday, things were starting to pick up Friday. Am I looking at even the right week? No, Friday started to be a really good day, okay? That was the first thing that sold on Friday. Now, then I sold this pair of Levi's men's jeans, Levi's 569, and they were the loose straight leg jeans, size 34, and they sold for an offer to watchers I sent out for $17.77, and they sold right away for that, and they paid shipping, priority shipping on that. Then I sold this pair of little Steve Madden Wedge. They were wedgies. I didn't have a good picture of the size of the wedge. It was at least 2.5, or it wasn't a really small wedge. It was like at least 2.5 high wedge, size 7. And I did sell that for the $19.99 sale price. And they went to Katy, Texas. And this is a Hawk men's black shorts. Tony Hawk is a skateboarder, famous skateboarder guy. And those are size 33 men's, sort of like board shorts, or almost like Bermuda shorts. They were had pockets on the sides, and that sold for the sale price of $15.99, and they paid $4 shipping on that. And then another Poshmark sale. This is a J. Crew striped knit top. Had lace detailing down the front and on the shoulders there. And those sold for $18, or that sold for $18, which I got $14.40. And that went to Richmond, Virginia. and that sold yesterday. So then J. Jill, this is a women's plus size linen pants. These were pull-on pants. I think these came from Bumblebee's box. I'm not sure. They're dark navy. They're size 1X. And those went to Chicago, Illinois. And what they sell for? They sold for $19.77, which was a offer to watchers. And they paid shipping, priority shipping on those. And this pair of Dockers, women's new with tags, white Bermuda shorts. I think this was also a Bumblebee buy here. This went to Rangeley, Maine. Rangeley, Maine. They sold on Saturday also, and they sold for $21.59, which was the sale price. And here's my big sale of the day. This goose down puffy coat in this purple color. It was a like a car coat length. It wasn't long length. It wasn't just a jacket. It was sort of like above the knees length. It was so soft and very lightweight, actually. I don't think I shipped a medium, priority medium box. I don't even think the box weighed 2 pounds. It was super lightweight, but it's the down and the air that keeps you warm. And that went to Eau Claire, Wisconsin, where it gets cold there. And I did take a best offer on that of $50. They're buying it in almost the starting of summer here. But I did let it go for $50. And since it only, I think I bought this, didn't I? I think so. Yeah, pretty sure. Since I'm pretty sure it didn't cost me probably over $5 or $6. So that was a good return for sure on that. And that sold a couple days ago, but they just paid for it today. So that had today's date on it. Okay, here's a Torrid size 1, women's white lacy type top at keyhole back opening on the back there. But that sold for $21.59, the sale price. And I think this was also Bumblebee's buy, if I'm not mistaken. And that went to Port Harbor, North Carolina. And that sold on Saturday. I have these mixed up. They must have paid for it today. Yes, they paid for it today. That's why it's out of line here. And this pair of American Eagle women's, this was a Poshmark sale. Women's size 6 jeans. These I've had for a while. They were a real flare type ankle. They were a little bigger than boot cut. So they sold for $20 on Poshmark, and I got $16 out of that sale. So they sold today also. And then another Poshmark sale today. This was a little pair of J. Crew shorts in this lime green. Now, I did, this was a best offer that they offered me on Poshmark of $12, but they were only listed for $14. Why so low, you say? Well, right here was a spot, or like a bunch of little spots. So that's why I let these go. Other than that, they were really nice J. Crew shorts, cotton shorts. So I did let them go for $12. And out of that, I only made $9.05. But they, remember, they have to pay, on top of that $12, they pay $7.11 shipping on Poshmark. So, and then here's this pair of Adidas, these fluorescent orange Bermudas. These were new with tags, and I sold these before, and they came back to me because they didn't fit the person right. And they were really lightweight, breathable, fast-drying type fabric, and I sold them again. I did take a best offer of $17, and they went to Grants Pass, Oregon. So maybe they're going to go hiking out in Oregon, and they want to be seen because these are really bright. This doesn't even let you know how bright they are. I mean, when I say fluorescent, they're fluorescent. So those sold today also, or paid today. I think they sold a couple days ago, but they paid today. And these sold just today, a little while ago. This is a pair of Christopher and Banks, which is a brand that sells on sells at Kohl's, I believe. Those I've had for quite a while, as you can tell with the fur rug there. And they were linen, a linen blend, and they were like flowered. They were cute little shorts. I don't know why they took so long to sell, but they did sell. I did take a best offer of $12 on those. So we ended up sort of in a low ball offer here, but that is what I sold. So it's better. It's on the upswing, at least this week is anyway. So let me stop sharing here. Get back. So I had a better week. I felt better about the selling. And then my list perfectly went out. So I'm hoping it's something on their end that they are working on and they're going to fix. It says that that they know that there's a problem and there's no need to call them. So they must be working on them. I may try to delete the extension on Chrome and then redo it again and sign in again and see if it's fixed. Because I think you have to do that once they fix it. You have to reinstall it and then log in again. So I'll do that today. Hopefully I'll get a button on my eBay page. But anyway, things are looking up at least this past week. I hope it keeps going. Because on Friday I sold over $127. And on yesterday I sold $142, almost $143. So I'd like to do that every day. It almost seemed when I was getting all those ready to ship out, it almost seemed like it's back like it was before all this slowness started. So I got something new. When I had all those things from the health and beauty box that I got from Wholesale Ninjas, I was watching Lindy Glenn a lot, and she was showing how she lists and all that. And she has one of these barcode readers. And she said it's well worth it. And she has a link to the one she uses. And she says it's very inexpensive, the one she uses. And it's this one. So it's $20 on Amazon. So I got one. You just plug it into your back of your computer. And it immediately just works. It reads the barcode. Like if you put... you click on some place where it can, any place where it can read. Like if you want to hunt for something on eBay, you go up to the top there and click on where you want to search, and then click the little button on whatever you have, and it reads it and lists everything that's on eBay that's that same exact thing. So it's so easy to list then all that, all those items, those makeup items, those health and beauty items, the shampoo, everything that has a barcode. Okay, doesn't work on clothing. I tried that, but works on books, because I thought I could go through my books and see what would maybe sell. So any book that has a barcode on the back, it reads it, it puts on how many are listed, how many are sold, and how much they're going for. So far, I haven't found a book that is going for enough for me to bother with, because I think back when I was doing Amazon, I think I went through my books and looked them up on Amazon. So anything that was worth more, I probably sent into Amazon. So anyway, I found this book, Timbuktu by Paul Auster. And it's just a thin little book. It's older because the pages are all sort of yellowed. It's from 1999, I think this is from. Yeah, 1999. And I started reading about it, and it sounded like it would be good. Just something up my alley, and it's not overwhelming. It's just this tiny little book. Of course, the printing isn't as big as I'd like it to be, but it says about this book, in a world in which many people get treated like dogs, Paul Auster has elected to tell us the story of a dog's life, and by the end of this brief, extraordinary book, he has made us think and feel and even dream along with his canine, Mr. Bones. That's his dog's name. By stepping outside the frame of our own species, Auster allows us to see ourselves afresh through the eyes of the loving and half comprehending, half mystified aliens who live within our homes. So this is written as if the dog is speaking it. Okay. And I thought that would be really interesting. So I started reading a couple pages, and it got my attention. Always, if a book doesn't get my attention in the first few pages, I just can't even continue it. But I think this will be interesting. And I'm going to read that in my spare time. The reason I haven't really listened to Audible books, because usually by the time I get a chance to sit down and actually read print, I fall asleep reading it. So I'll try to read in little spurts. Maybe during the daytime would be better. Let's see. Yeah, Bumblebee. I think a lot of this stuff was yours. The Steve Madden shoes were yours also, yes. Oh, the J. Jill. Those stretch linen pants. Yeah, I was pretty sure. Dockers in the same box. Yeah, I bought the coat. Okay. And the Tord lace top. Yeah, I was pretty sure that was yours. Yeah, those are SOS shorts, those fluorescent ones for sure. Yeah, you'd be easy to find. Yeah, I did have, compared to what it's been, I had a super week. I mean, I used to have weeks better than that all the time, but, I don't know. what's happened. So, all this stuff that's happening is very frightening and so sad. I don't even want to talk about it because that gets into stuff that I don't want to have anything controversial on my YouTube videos. But anyway, it is just sad and horrible. That's all I'll say. But yeah, I'm hoping that George will get in touch with me on Facebook or back on Facebook, or I'm just waiting. I think he will as soon as he sees it. I found a picture of him from a few years back. It's just how I remembered him. And actually, where he was, I think I even know where he was. He was with his family, and I think he was in the Outback restaurant that's right by my son's house, because I've been in there numerous times when we've gone out to eat there, and it just looked so familiar, and I think that's where that picture was taken, because he went to the same high school that my husband went to, and he was in the Parma police, force, so it would make sense that they'd be eating there. It even made me, they have those bloomin' onions. Do you people have that restaurant where you live, the Outback restaurant? They have this thing called, they make wonderful steaks and all this stuff, which I don't eat anymore, but they have other things too. Bloomin' onion. We always get that. It's horrible for you. It's deep fried and it's just wonderful and huge. Bloomin' onion. Yeah, bloomin' onion. I know. I'm not watching much of it either. It's too upsetting. Now it's even spread to England. London was having a problem. Yes, you love the onion. Yep. Oh. This is our happy place here with our ice cream and compression socks. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Let's see. I was going to tell you about my book, which I did, about List Perfectly being broken, and my new bar scanner. And George, who hasn't called me back yet or got in touch with me yet. I'm sure he will, though. They even had riots in Erie last night. Oh, dear. It's all over. It just seems to have spread all over the world. But, yeah. I do believe, I will say this, I do believe the rioting and the pillaging, those are bust-in people. I don't believe they are the ones that start to do a peaceful protest. That's what's so wrong about it. No, the chicken picture I found online, and it has a saying with it, and I don't have it on here, over here right now, but it said, what did it say? Just wondering what you were doing That's what it says. On the top it said, just wondering what you're doing. And then on the bottom it said, yep, you're sitting at your computer again. But that part was cut off because it narrows it down. And I couldn't make it smaller to get that in. So you just got the chicken picture. I do have chickens that look just like that, though. Yeah. I have a lot of clip art and stuff like that in different folders that I would put on my blog. You know, I'd always have lots of pictures on my blogs. So when I went out to take a picture of the poppy, I see out front, I'm going to have a wonderful in the front garden. I'm going to have a huge, beautiful display of foxglove, which is one of my most favorite perennial plants. And there's so many coming up, and they all have big buds on them. One is just starting to pop open. So I will certainly take a picture of those when they start opening. Yeah. So you'll get miscellaneous pictures. It's because I haven't found a picture. A lot of people have the same picture all the time, that they've done like an intro or something like that. An intro little video, or an intro, at least a picture or something, so that you know by the picture who it is. And I do need to do that. I would like to do that. I'd like to do a tiny little video intro, like Becky. Is it Becky? Bumblebee. She lives by you. What's her name? She's the choir teacher. Yeah, I love her intro with the music and the little video. I really do like hers. But I don't know how to make those. So you saw a bumper sticker? Variety is the spice of life. Oh, Sue said that. Yeah. About the different pictures. I miss having, let me see, Cafe Lily says, I miss having perennials in a yard. We're hoping to buy a house soon and I can get back to gardening. I love flowers that attract butterflies. Yes. I had a lot of it's the bee balm plant, bee balm. Madra. God, I can't even think of the name of it anymore. Yeah, I had a lot of that when I had the perennial gardens in the back. I had a lot of things that attracted both honeybees and butterflies. That's how I would buy. I would go to the garden centers when I was establishing the gardens here when we first moved. I would go and spend hundreds of dollars on plants and stuff to put in when I first made my gardens. And now it's sad to think that they've all gone to the ivy back there. The only garden I have left is out front here. Out front between the picket fence and the house. I mean, it's a bigger area, but it's still nothing like I had in the back. Menarda, yeah. Yes, I had a lot of that. Electric Jazz Cat will write me a song. Okay. Tell him it can't be jazz, though. I know he loves the jazz, but that's not me. Just make him something simple. Simple little tune. Yes, I have milk plant. Oh, it's coming up. For the monarchs, right. Greater is he that is in you than that is in the world. Becky Park, that's her name. Thank you, Bumblebee. Yeah, something like that I would love. I have lots of different little parts of videos I could cut, and cut and paste things, I suppose. I think somebody made that for her. One of her students, I think, made it for her. She said, "What is my favorite flower?" I have a few. I have to say the coneflower, the purple coneflower is one, and foxglove I love for sure. Those are my perennials. I don't know about annuals. My favorite annuals. I'm not sure. I usually just buy some little annuals to plant on the edge of things. I like perennials the best. I used to have some gorgeous, they were the tiny little iris, the little, what did they call them? Swamp iris, or they were just tiny. They weren't the big iris, because I don't particularly like those. But these were tiny, delicate little purple iris. I had them in the back. Yes. Love daisies, of course. I have a big plot of daisies out front that actually was from some I brought back from my mother's house. I think those are still from that. And I think she got them from her mother. I'm not sure. But I got them from my mother, if they're the same ones. I think they are. They're the old-fashioned daisies. He can write anything. Give him something that reflects you and it will inspire him. Okay. Yes, he's a music student. Oh, I love hostas. My favorite hosta is that huge blue one. But my chickens, I had one, but it was in the chicken yard. And it was so huge. I mean, it was big like this had gotten. Unfortunately, I didn't get to it in the spring to cut pieces out of it and transplant it, because that's what you have to do. In the spring, when it just pops up, you can cut it and put those pieces someplace else, which I never did, which I'm really sorry for. But it was big enough that the chickens could get under it and it would keep them out of the rain. That's how big the leaves were. The leaves were huge. But once they tasted the hosta, the chickens, I mean, they decided they loved it. And they just ate it down to nothing. It came back the next year. They ate it again. And I think it lasted for maybe 3 years of them eating it down to nothing. And then it never came back. So that was my big loss from the chickens. Like the thought of calm. Yes, I'm trying to think of the name of those flowers that blow in the wind. Cosmos. I usually plant those. Those are an annual, I think. those cosmos. They grow, you can get them short, but I like the kind that blow around in the wind also. You like tiger lilies? I have tiger lilies. My sister has beautiful rose bush. She had a whole rose garden at one time, but she doesn't really garden. But she has a pretty rose out her back door. I have a rose out my back door too, and it was supposed to be a floribunda, and it acts more like a climbing rose and sends these long things out that I have to cut off. You would love a blue angel wing hosta. I'm not sure the name of that one I had was, but it was really something. Chicken salad. Yeah, I have several different hostas around. I can grow hostas pretty good, and I'm surprised that the deer, I keep them inside the picket fencing. So maybe they're afraid to come in, but I have them along the drive too. But that's close to the house. I think they're afraid to get to them. But yeah, deer love hostas. So, yeah, and obviously, oh, chicken salad. That was their salad, yeah. For sure. Yeah, they found out they liked the taste, and boy, it went fast. One found out and told all the rest of them. Yeah, my chickens have already been outside in the big yard all morning, and then they wanted to go back because I'm sure a lot of them had to go lay their eggs. I have one of my white chickens. It's not Susie. It's Sasha. She's gone broody. I have to actually take her off of the nesting and throw her out into the yard with the rest of them. She won't leave the nest. She's not laying eggs. And she's picking feathers off her chest, trying to make a nest for her young'uns, which aren't going to come. And it's sort of sad when they go broody. They just have this, it's a hormonal thing that they want to have babies. And you have to just keep taking them off the nest and putting them out. And as soon as she has a chance to run back into the nesting box, she makes a beeline and runs back and hops right in there again. So if taking her off enough times doesn't work, then you have to like put them in a wire cage. They're in amongst the other chickens, and with food and water and everything. And the bottom has to be a wire, so it's open. Because part of the thing about them going broody is they sit in the nest and they have the heat underneath them. So if you put them on a wire cage where there's no chance of them getting warm on their underneath, it sort of breaks the broodiness. And sometimes they have to stay in there 2 or 3 days, and they don't like it at all. But I've had to do that to some chickens that wouldn't, I couldn't break them just by taking them off the nest. So that's some more little stuff about chickens there. Cafe Lily, I'm a city girl. I know nothing about chicken feelings. Those little, get some of those little battery operated. I have some actually in the back. I used to put them out on, I didn't wind them up, but they are the windy kind that hop around. When I used to do the tablescaping at Easter, I would make centerpiece with chicks in it and that. That's why I had them. Anyway, if I haven't given them away, I could have given them away in my grandkids' Easter baskets. I probably did. But yeah. Induced hot flashes. You mean the chickens? Yeah. I don't know if they go broody. It's a whole hormonal thing that happens to them. And some breeds have a tendency more of going broody. And I'm very surprised that Miss Marple, the Buff Orpington, they're very prone to go broody. She hasn't ever yet. But I think one of the white ones, which they're Cochin, I think. I'm not even sure the breed anymore. I think they're Cochins. They're prone to go broody. But so far it's just Sasha. It's not Susie. Sometimes it's sort of catchy. If they see one doing it, another one that's prone might also do it. So I'm hoping I can keep her off the nest enough so that doesn't happen. Because it's really a pain in the neck to have to do that. And also, you don't get any eggs from them. Not that I need eggs. But they don't lay when they're broody. They stop laying eggs. They can pluck their whole chest bare, making their nest, for their babies. But you can actually order baby chicks to be delivered, like I got my baby chicks, and you can get them, and at night you can slip them underneath the broody hen when she's, because at night they sort of go comatose. You can slip them under, and she'll accept them. Most of the time, she'll accept them come morning as her own. Just like the shells broke open. And you can also buy fertilized eggs and slip under her, and then let her sit on the eggs. But if you do that way, then you don't know if you'll get roosters or not. So if I was going to do it, I really don't need any more chickens. But if I was going to do it, I'd order the chicks, the tiny chicks, and right away put them under her at night and try it. But you take just a slight chance of them not accepting them, and then they can peck them. They'd kill them within minutes, I don't exactly want to see that either. So that's why I haven't done it. Cafe Lily, you think you're broody? You feel like ripping your hair out sometimes, and you're hot. Oh, I have terrible hot flashes, and I hate to tell you, I still have them. Not near as often as I used to have them. But yeah, it doesn't seem fair. They should go this long. My sister never had them. Or if she did, she only had them once in a while. But at night, they are on the roosting thing. Yeah, all like the other ones are. But she is in the nest. She won't get on the roosting bars. No, she goes right on the nest. She's on the nest. You're waiting for the day it ends. Well, I think some people it ends. They only have it for a year or two or whatever. It's different with everybody, but I've had it just forever. Lucky me. Yeah, I got the hot flashes for both Sue and me. It is. It's a horrible feeling. Bumblebees. Let me read this along. Some of my sweetest dreams are of those days, being a new mom. Then when I'm awake, I realize I'm too old. I would get the poor thing some. You would get the poor thing some babies. Yeah, I know it's sad, but I don't. Do I really need more than 8 chickens? You have to order at least, I forget how many it was. In the spring, it was 6. You had to order, maybe it was 3, 4, or 6. I forget. There's you can't just order 1 or 2. It might be 3. And I'd have to order them from where I get them, because they will assure you that they aren't roosters. They have a way of telling somehow. Yeah, she's not on the roosting bar. She is in the nest. How long does it take her to get out of her mood? Well, I don't know. It takes however long it takes. Sometimes I can break them by taking them off the nest like 3 days in a row and just keeping them from getting in there. Other days they fight it all the way and I have to put them in the cage. And if I have to put them in the cage, sometimes that's at least 2 or 3 days before they don't head back to the nesting box. So, yeah, they're fascinating creatures. There's so much to learn about chickens. That's why it took me a year of reading up on having them before I ever ordered any. That was way back when I first had my first flock. This is like my 3rd flock of chickens. So I don't know. She's been broody for at least a week now, but I haven't been real good about taking her off the nest. I usually push her out in the morning, and but she'll go down and eat the mealworms I put out for the rest of them in the morning when I first open their pop door. She'll go out and eat some mealworms and then scurry right back onto the nest. But if they're out in the big yard, I have to physically pick her up and carry her out there. And let me tell you, when they're broody, they're kind of mean, because she's given me a couple good pecks on my hand when I've reached in to get her. Yeah, you have to do it fast before they can get to you. Once I grab her and keep her wings close to her body and tuck her under my arm and carry her, then she's okay. But yeah, we'll see. I have to go out there more often and get her out of there. The trouble is I can't just close the pop door and keep them out of the nesting boxes, because the rest of them have to go in and lay eggs during the day. And they don't just all lay eggs at the same time. Some lay in the morning, some in the afternoon, some don't lay till the evening. So you can't keep the rest of them off the nesting box, because they don't want to lay eggs just helter-skelter. And you don't want them to lay eggs out in the yard. You want them to lay only in the nesting boxes, so you don't have to go running around the yard hunting for eggs. Be like an egg hunt every day. Yeah. So I will let you know as soon as I hear from George, if he has any ideas. I don't think there's anything actually to do. We need another case. we need to start and have it more than one detective case for us detectives. Some other things to find out about. So I'm going to watch, it's a little after 5, but I've already fed the dog, so that's fine. I'm at the same time, Nick and Andrea from the UK, they're north of London though. See what they have to say, if they say anything about what's going on. I was really surprised when I tuned in to the news and heard that it's sort of going worldwide here. That's just frightening. It's mentally stimulating. Take her out shopping. The chickie. Yeah. Yeah, maybe she needs a car ride. She could make a real mess in the car. Couldn't you just picture her leaning her head out the window in the breeze? So I guess I will, I have some iced tea here. My ice cubes have melted. Sweet tea. So I'm going to close for now and maybe try to list something on Poshmark first and see if I can cross-post it over to eBay. See if that works. I have 5 more things here in the basket to list. I'll try it that way and see. Because as I was listing on eBay, all the things that I listed were all things I was going to put on Poshmark too. I mean, I can still do it. I can manually do it, but once I hate to have paid for list perfectly and not be able to use it here. They better fix it quick. So there's a couple runners on my road there. You can't wait to thrift again. I still need to clear out some old stale inventory. Yeah. They still haven't opened my Goodwills yet here. I'd have to go on to Strongsville. Maybe when I get my hair cut on the 16th, I may just pop in there and see how I feel about it once I get in there. So I will see you all in a couple days. Wednesday for sure for our tea time talk, if not before. And thank you all for joining me. And I will see you next time. Bye.